vibes with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bad body. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full run, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. Remember, guys, if you're new to this channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And follow us too. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Trey. What's good?
Yes, cuz obviously big up to you, big up to the community. Thank you just for supporting us. Remember, we do these shows just for you guys. It's past, the point where we do this for pleasure. So big up to you, and also big up to our sponsors, D-Rock. Yes, obviously big up to you, cuz you're wearing the D-Rock as well. So guys, make sure if you want to utilize the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, you can get 40% off everything. So what I'm wearing, what my cousin's wearing, and yeah, just look good in D-Rock. And also shout out to Ra in the chat as well. He's saying evening to you too, Ra. And big up to the whole of the iBoxingHub family. They done a tremendous job to obviously preview, what we're going to talk about today. But I just wanted to give out a shout out mainly to, across the way from the US to UK. So you got Rico and you got Trill Dollar Bill all the way from the States. I believe he's from Massachusetts. So John Cena, we obviously watched him growing up. So he's from Massachusetts. And also big up to Abbas and Ray as well. They did a tremendous job, reviewing or previewing the card and the event as well. So guys, both shows are on the channel, so just make sure you just go there, and after this show just head over to the channel and watch the rest. But cuz, shout outs are done. I'm gonna hand it over to you, Mr. Sports Entertainment, weighing in at 245 pounds. Guessing.
Do you know what? I saw a picture of actually saw an interview of Eddie Hearn and what's his name? Floyd's old manager. I forgot his name now. What's the dude's name? Is it Ellaby?
Let me just put the picture up for the people, man. So
there you go.
Basically, you're saying cuz that they buried the hatchet. It's El Presidente weekend, Mexican Independence weekend. And look, you've never seen them so happy before, isn't it? They've been going back and forth online. So
hear this. They're actually in talks of doing 5v5. So it could be a PBC 5 vs Matchroom 5. Now, if everything all goes well, we could potentially next year see Tank and Shakur. That fight could be made easily. That fight could even participate in a 5v5 main event. That fight would only happen if.
Don't tease me, man, because that's the fight we want to see. We've got two kings in their own right. Eddie Hearn was obviously backing up Shakur. He's backing up his new signing, of course, and it makes sense because I get what you're saying, man. But you know who I'm going to be backing in that situation. Hopefully, if that fight does happen, it's obviously a unification as well. Everyone's obviously getting involved in the chat. Big up to Rara's obviously saying weather's turned cold, so I need to, definitely rock the D-Rock hoodie. It's nice and warm. You've got the exact same one as me. And big up to Rico. Hey, he's saying no, Tank don't want it. Here we go. You got the Tank hater here, man. So Tank will run. Nah, Tank doesn't want to run. You know, Tank's on it. He's up for the scrap. So you know, if the money's right, make the fight happen. You know,
I would love for that fight to take place in America, of course, but something tells me if they were to do a 5v5, it would most likely be in Saudi.
oh, please. Hopefully it's like, obviously I know Ra knows best. You know, he's been there a few times. He will know best in terms of the atmosphere. So Ra, just confirm for the people the atmosphere in Saudi Arabia from your perspective as an OG. I want the people to kind of get your views, man, because the traveler of the group is him. You know, our sister Aisha as well. Abbas, big up Abbas, stay weighed in. Raz obviously saying Tank won't be able to do a backflip, bro. Trust. You don't want me to put the backflip video on, man. Please, man. That's my guy, Tank. I think he'll get the job done, man. But cuz if it was down to you, if you were the guy that can pull the trigger in the decision, whether it's happening in Saudi Arabia or America, what you saying?
I'll make it the next fight, 2025, and I'll make sure the fight happens in America. It just makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. Yes, Raz getting involved. Raz obviously saying atmosphere sucks apart from Fury and AJ fight, as though, yeah, they're known. So it makes sense. Look, Rise biased, don't ask him. So, but the reason why we gotta ask Ra, because he's been there a few times. He's gone to the events, like, you know, he doesn't only go to the big events, he goes to the grassroots events as well. Like I've met him a few times on a few events, and you know, I've got to go with his view.
I've got a question to ask you and the community. What are Tank's strengths and weaknesses?
Ooh, guys, get involved, man, because I could do a whole podcast by myself, man, on Tank's strengths. One of his strengths, of course, is he's got the equalizer, because he's got the equalizer punch that can end fights. He's got the ability to end fights when he needs to as well, especially when someone could say, and I think Eddie Hearn was saying it yesterday when he obviously met Ellaby, he was saying that, you know, he starts late in fights, you know, he could lose points early in the fight. But in my opinion, cuz, I can't even lie to you, I genuinely think that Tank just has that ability to take guys out, man. But it's good that these two are having conversations, cuz, like, honestly, we've seen the back and forth on social media, and it's not obviously been good for boxing that these two kind of control the two fighters in Shakur. Tank, you know, influence the decision. So it's good that they're talking, of course. I'm biased, but still honest. Most UK fights sucks in Saudi Arabia. There's only a handful of fighters that, you know, have a big following, which is fair, cuz, man. So that's obviously what Ra's saying. But cuz,
this is a question to Ra.
Yeah,
this is a question to Ra. Do you think UK boxers are overhyped?
Ooh. Tank's only weakness is low input as he watches his opponent to watch to you know, to work out their moves, which I agree with him definitely. His biggest strength is killing prospects, prospect killer. Rico's obviously saying that's his biggest strength, but cuz I just want to obviously hear what Ra's saying about your question, of course, man, because it is a good one. It is a good question. Are UK fighters overhyped?
And overseas fighters, are they overlooked?
100% overseas fighters are overlooked, man. Look at our brother Martin Bakoli. You know, he was overlooked for a long time. People didn't want to fight him, but the inner boxing circle, they know what's going on, man. They know what's going on, man. But guys, just get involved in the chat. What do you think? You know, are overseas fighters overlooked? We obviously got someone. UK fighters are not overhyped, is what Rico's saying. Big up to Rico for getting involved in that. Cuz, what do you think? Like, let's bring that question to yourself.
Yeah, it really comes down to certain individual fighters. I suppose it's everywhere. Big up Chiro Dollar Bill.
Chiro Dollar Bill, we're activated. We're obviously doing these shows straight after you guys, man. So big up to Chiro Dollar Bill from Massachusetts. So obviously where John Cena's from. So big up, big up, big up. Raz obviously saying UK boxers overhyped by whom? Ooh, all fighters are overhyped by their own promoters. But inside trade, they know what the level is, man. So obviously, big up, man. And we have people on here of the shows that don't respect AJ Cough Trey. You know, we got my views. I've got my views, man.
Trey, I've got a question for you. Do
Yeah.
you think AJ is overhyped?
No, I don't think he's been overhyped. I think he's been, you know, promoted well by Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's, you know, provided him with a tremendous platform, and he's delivered on that aspect. But I don't obviously do a show about, you know, AJ, because I could do a whole podcast about, you know, everything what I think, man. But I don't think he's overhyped. No, I think he's done what he's needed to do. But I still think that there are milestones that he needs to hit before he can be like a Hall of Famer, like a Carl Froch, for example, because Carl Froch has been in, you know, back to back, you know, fights, championship fights as well. So everyone's saying big up to Trill, big up to Mr. Pads. He's obviously saying big up to Biyenge and Trey. Are you going to? Yeah. You know what? I wonder if it's fully sold out. No, it's not actually fully sold out. There's still tickets. So, you know, you could still go. I would say casual fans overhype the countryman. Yeah, which is fair. These are good points. These are good points, man. And are you crazy? AJ's Hall of Fame right now. Because is AJ, this is a good topic, but before we obviously...
I think so, you know, yeah. I think once it's all said and done, most definitely. Because, look, before AJ, this sport, it wasn't making much noise. Yeah, there was the odd, you know, David Hay, Wardley, so Ricky Hatton. But when this guy came on the map, jeez, it's changed the scene.
No, preach, cuz, man. Obviously, AJ's your boy. AJ's obviously Rico's. And big up to Lucy as well, all the way from the States, showing some love always. Two-time unified heavyweight champion, gold medalist. AJ is already Hall of Fame. Look, this is a fair view from Lucy, so obviously big up to her. AJ most definitely Hall of Fame, strongest resume in the heavyweight division, which is fair. He's got a good resume. He has saying AJ needs to do more like Carl Froch. No, it's not really, bro, man, because people don't really give Carl Froch his props, man, because of what he's achieved in the sport, man.
Do you think it comes down to Carl Froch as an individual because he's not really a people person? I mean, some people say, oh, they're just speaking their mind, but is he really speaking his mind? Because look, he's always dissing AJ, but it's just like, look, AJ's a people person. Yeah,
of course. That's, you know what? Big up to you for obviously mentioning the people's person as well. You know, big up to Trill Dollar Bill. He obviously spoke about like another people's person, a Hall of Famer in, you know, Muhammad Ali, for example. He had the full package, delivering in the ring as well as, you know, providing, you know, the people with that energy. AJ, I'm not going to lie, he has done that, man. But for me, I would regard Usyk as a Hall of Famer right now, man, through his achievements are on a different scale. You know, what he's done for the country, you know, what he's been able to achieve, the fact that, you know, he could say that he's beaten both of the fighters that's going to, you know, headline, you know, the big card that's happening in Wembley as well, man. So it's a good thing, man.
Okay. Would Wilder be a Hall of Famer?
Just because of his feet, he has to, man. He, you know, just for his, he held that WBC belt for a long period of time. Because I know you could argue the opponents and this and that, but in his own right, he actually brought heavyweight boxing back to the States, man, you know, when he held the title. So no, definitely, you know, Wilder definitely has to be in that list, man. So Wilder, AJ, I could agree with the people. Both. Fury definitely 1,000%. I think Wilder has for 5 years. So yeah, I think he eventually gets in, which is true. Big up to Mr. Styles is obviously saying big up to the commissioner. Big up. And Wilder over AJ to be Hall of Fame. No one's not saying. I'm saying that both guys right now deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. So retract my statement and say, boom, both guys, man. So, but for me, Usyk above all of them. Usyk's above.
Yeah. AJ made a statement. Well, I read something up. He said, if the opportunity is still there, he's still open to fight Wilder. I believe that will be a massive fight in the States, in Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, okay. What you're saying, AJ Wilder? The thing is, yeah, he's obviously saying, "Nah, love Rico, man," and obviously this point from Mr. Pads, 100% is fair. It's a fair point. It is a fair point what you're saying, but you know, people don't look at resumes when it comes down to legacy. They look at what the person's achieved, and he's gonna have that feat by his name. He's got a statue in his hometown. You gotta give Wilder, you know, at least his credit for what he's done. And for that small period of time, he did bring heavyweight boxing back to the States, man. You know, that excitement, the knockouts, the events. So you gotta give him his little props, man.
In this generation in the heavyweight division, who would you say has got the best resume?
What, heavyweight?
Yeah. Top 3.
Usyk. I would also put. You got to put him. Sorry, it was. We're obviously going to talk about him, but it's only right. You got to put Canelo on that list as well, man, because of the duration of what he's done in the sport. He's only got like few losses as well, undisputed. You know, super middleweight as well. You know, fought the likes of Mayweather, Miguel Cotto. He's fought, you know, proper champions, and also. Resume-wise, not even talking about, because obviously Tank's my guy. I would obviously put him in that list. But if we're gonna, you know, put in terms of resume, you know what, Crawford, man. I got to put Crawford in that, man. Just for what he's achieved in the sport, man. I got to put Crawford in that, man. So that's my 3 in terms of their resume and what they've achieved in the sport. So achievements are the best ever, 2-weight undisputed and Olympic gold medalist. That's ridiculous. This is what I'm saying as well. Like AJ, he's got the gold medal and the world championship, but Usyk's conquered 2 divisions. He's completed the game twice in two divisions, man. So, yeah, man, that resume is crazy. And Crawford as well, you know, 2-weight undisputed. Now he's a 4-weight world champion, you know, across 4-weight divisions as well. So these are the guys you got to give him the props, man. And Crawford, because he beat my guy, you know, but it's same thing kind of happened when Kell Brook fought Errol Spence. Like, you become a fan of these fighters, man, when they're fighting your guys, man. So naturally, yeah, that's just my thoughts, man, about that situation. Because we've delayed it, man. You know, obviously. But you know, it's energy. You know, whenever we do these shows, it's energy. So big up to the people, everyone just getting involved. But it's now time. El Presidente de la Mexico got Canelo.
All right, so guys,
Berlanga.
Question to you and the boxing community.
Yes.
Has Berlanga, does he have a chance?
People. We obviously heard what Rico said on Across the Way yesterday. He's going for Berlanga. He's got a gut feeling that Berlanga's going to do it. True Dollar Bill obviously knows, you know, going for Canelo like myself. And big up to Jams as well in the chat. Like, big up to you. Obviously, he's saying Canelo to get his first stoppage since Caleb Plant. Ooh, he's going for Bumaye, 50-50, Mr. Styles. Obviously, Trill. You know what Trill was saying, man. It was just a bit of a... Yeah, it's one of them ones. You've got to let our brothers just, you know, let them... They'll learn the hard way. Big up Canelo, leading the resistance to... Now, big up to Ra, man. Big up to Ra. Cuz we're seeing what the people are saying, cuz, man. But before we go to that, what you saying about the card itself? We're not going to obviously go through the whole card because of the timing of the shows, but we got these 3 cards, of course. We've got these 3 fights under the card. You've got Lara Garcia, which is obviously a good fight. Plant obviously makes his return. and Rico's favorite boxer, Rolly Romero.
I see the resemblance.
I can see the resemblance as well, man. Yeah, that's
Rico.
Rico. Yeah, no, big up, man. Big up.
The card looks good. The card looks good.
Mm.
I'm, you know me. I'm looking forward to the main event overall. Lara and Garcia. That's an interesting one, you know.
Very
Interesting one because I don't know. Can he do it?
It's possible he could, but their American dream. I'm not gonna lie, cuz the American dream. You know, he's showing just his absolute class. I believe he's one of the oldest champions in the sport right now, isn't it, man? 41. You know, it just seems like fine wine, as we say here in the UK, is getting better, man. And you know, this could be his opportunity to kind of stamp his name as a, you know, champion, fight for the other titles. Let's see what he could do. Mr. Styles is obviously saying if Berlanga does what Munguia did and keeps up that pace against Canelo, then he'll win. But Canelo's on another level, and it might be a bit too much for Berlanga. Now, I 100% agree with you. Mr. Pads is saying the streets need Rowley versus O'Hara Davis. That's a proper set fight. Yeah. No, we agree with you. That would be big. Right. And Lara's been fighting some really bad fighters, but Garcia hasn't been fighting at all. So this is the balance. Hasn't been fighting good fighters. Garcia's been inactive. So, cause something has to give in this fight, man. Definitely, something has to give. We don't say fine wine here, puff puffs, magnums. you know the saying, bro, man. You know the energy, man. But cause obviously El Presidente de la Mexico, the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez is obviously gonna be back fighting Berlanga, Edgar Berlanga Jr. He's obviously got a senior in it. Cause I'm obviously just gonna put it out there. You know my guy, El Presidente returns. That's the title of the show. You know, I think, in my opinion, I think he's gonna stop Berlanga in under 9 rounds. I think it's gonna be a valiant effort from Berlanga. It's not gonna be easy. I think he's going to show some heart. He's going to come in to try and knock out Canelo because he said in the build-up he wants to do it in 6. So maybe that kind of lets you know that he's going to come in. That's what I'm saying.
Say that, already. You've given away the game plan.
Giving away the game plan. That's what I'm saying. It's inexperience.
If he doesn't do it in 6 round, he's going to tire out and gas out. And then he gets knocked out himself, man.
We're French, though. We're French. Our language is broken French. That's what Rico's saying, but yeah.
Yeah, no, look, don't be surprised if Berlanga shocks the world, you know. Don't be surprised.
Okay.
Don't be surprised.
Okay.
I can't see it happening, but don't be surprised.
The chosen one. So you're going for the chosen one to live up his name.
Do you think we're overlooking Berlanga?
No, not at all. Because you got to think about this. Berlanga's had what? He's had less than 20 fights, right? Canelo has had over 60 fights. And he's had back-to-back championship fights. This is going to be Berlanga's first fight, and it's going to be for 3 belts, man. So he's blessed. What an opportunity this boy has. He could fight for 3 belts. And I think win, lose, or draw, if he puts a good account of himself, you know, it's not going to be the end of the world. I just think that Canelo has more on the line. And I think I was also thinking about this before doing the show as well. I think the reason why Canelo didn't really knock out Munguia is because, you know, Mexican, and they weren't really a hype build-up as well. It was more respectful, and, you know, you weren't going to do nothing. I think because Berlanga's talking, you know, he's giving it, he's saying 6 rounds or whatever, you know, these are the things that motivate Canelo to, you know, produce the goods, man. So got these two going back and forth, man, as well, man. So yeah, big up, man. That's the energy we get their shows.
6 round, I reckon Berlanga does something where everyone's like, whoa. But that's it. That's it. I think it would do something. Everyone like, whoa, he rocks Canelo, or he probably drops Canelo. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, again, I haven't really been following him as much, so I can't really judge him. Not that I judge people or judge boxers, but I just can't see it because I'm just going by the opponents that he's fought. Nobody's as close as Canelo. Do you know what I mean?
No, I 100% agree with you, cuz man. I think there's levels in boxing, and that experience that Canelo's had, you know, fought in these big fights. I think that Mayweather fight taught him so much, cuz you know the whole atmosphere, the build up, you know, being against you know, one of the greats of the sport. You know, he took a lot of information from that. So I think Berlanga is also going to do the same with this experience. But I just think in this occasion, you know, Canelo is just on a different scale. You know, he wants to do bigger fights. I think the lads spoke about UFC, you know, happening on the same night as well. You've got the Sphere, Oscar De La Hoya going to that event. So, yeah, it's going to be absolutely tremendous. So I'm going to give you your flowers after the weekend. I love these two just going back, man. I absolutely love it, man. So, cuz I'm just excited that we got El Presidente returning in, you know, Mexican Independence Day. I think it's going to be truly tremendous. We got Mexico versus Puerto Rico. This is going to be something sweet. Maybe Rico's supporting the Puerto Rico because of the Rico in the Puerto Rico. So who knows, man? You know, he's going for gut feeling. But for me, I can't look past one of my favorite fighters, man. And I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to Canelo, I'm biased, man. I'm biased, man. So I'm the wrong person. I want everyone to kind of, you know, have their say. But it looks like it's unanimous in terms of what everyone's saying, man.
Yeah. Bit boring. I want a knockout.
Yeah, you'll get a stoppage. You'll get a stoppage, man. Inside 9.
Inside 9, yeah.
I'm going for inside 9. He's gonna take him to deep waters. You know, show him that experience. Yeah, you get excited, anxious. You know, he's gonna probably land some good shots, like you said. Something's gonna happen in round 6. He might land a big shot, and everyone's like, oh, and then, you know, that excitement is gonna nullify him, and you know, eventually, when he gets him to deep waters, I think, you know, under 9 rounds, I think Canelo, you know, gets the stoppage, man. So I want to see my dog on a vid call. These guys are going back about Randy Savage. You know,
I reckon it might be a slow start from Berlanga. I reckon that, yeah, it might be a slow start from round 1 to 5, and then he'll pick up the pace from 5 to whatever.
Yeah,
that's
no, that.
Yeah. I reckon mid to late round, that's when we see trading, and then we'll see who's tough. We'll see who's got a tough chin. We already know who's got a tough chin.
We know, man. We know. We've seen Canelo. Like, let's think about it. He's had the trilogy with Triple G. Triple G's a hard puncher, man. Let's not, you know, disregard that. He's gone up to, you know, light heavyweight. I know Kovalev, etc., but these are heavier punches. You know, Bivol getting punched by heavier punches, man. So, Ra's obviously saying Canelo disappointing points win. So, you know, let's see what happens. I reckon the odds will be pretty good on the points win, to be fair. So for the bettors, I think that's a good bet. But for me, I'm going for inside 9 rounds. And I think El Presidente de la Mexico, Canelo, Viva Canelo. I think he's going to do the job, cuz, man.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see, you know.
Yes.
Boxing's full of surprises.
Big up H Money. Big up to you, brother. Big up. Thank you for tuning in. Obviously, I think you've just tuned in a little bit late, my brother, man. But thank you for tuning in. Cuz, obviously, before we wrap up, is there anything you wanted to kind of discuss before we obviously wrap up the show, of course, man?
Yeah, I watched the face-off with Boatsi and is it Hutchison?
Oh, yeah. What are you saying? Saying about that?
I can't wait to see that fight. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see that fight. I feel like he got under Boatsi's skin. So I think, yeah,
that's his tactic. Cause I think we need to.
But I don't think. I think it's worked a little bit, but I still think Boatsi beats him. I think like literally beats him, like KO beats him. Oh yes, Chris William Smith. Yes.
Gentleman is back, man. He's finally got the unification, man. Yeah, so it is confirmed. Thank you, Lucy, for confirming as well. So the gentleman is back, and you know it's going to be in Riyadh season as well. So this is going to be something different, especially for the gentleman as well. I think this is going to be a good experience. And Mr. Styles 619 all the way from Canada is obviously saying Bill Smith wins that one. And I'm going for the gentleman as well. That's my guy, man. I've got to support him. Regardless, I think I like his energy. I like what he brings to the sport. He's not going to bring entertainment. You know, he's a family man. You know, he just goes in the ring, does what he needs to do. Gentleman. He is the name. And he just gets the job done, man. So we've not heard nothing from the midnight train, man. Did that train delay? When we ain't heard nothing. Nothing, man. That was probably Madonna. Madonna.
She's moved on. She got a new title to away. Now she moved on, man.
Oh, so yeah. So that fight was probably just big up to him regardless, man. Big up, man. Yeah, man. But cause obviously this is the end of the show. Obviously, big up to the people. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in, you know, from United States, from Canada, obviously people from the UK. And we're just loving the energy. Obviously, we do these shows just for you. And tomorrow, we got Ra in the chat. We got Rico in the chat. They're obviously going to be back with the R&R hour. So make sure people you tune into that. And obviously, Friday, Hard Talk. Hard Talk's not going to be on Friday. But we are going to do a watch along. So this is obviously going to be a little announcement for the people in advance. So Mr. Neutral, aka our Jim Watt of boxing commentary, he will be doing a watch along for Canelo versus Berlanga, but he's going to be covering the card, he's going to be covering the card.
This fight is on Amazon, right?
Amazon Prime, yep, prime time.
For those who have Amazon Prime in the UK, so what is it, pay-per-view or is it free?
I think it's pay-per-view, I believe, man. That's a pay-per-view fight. Ra, I believe, will be paying for it. Obviously, big up to you, True Dollar Bill. We love your shows. Your shows on a different planet when you're crossing the way. Activated, man. We're activated, man. Do you know what I mean? We are activated. And big up to Lucy as well. It definitely is. So I think she ran a call. So no, which is fair, which is absolutely fair. But cuz, big up to you. Thank you so much for always being a tremendous host. Loving the energy, loving the vibes. And obviously, before we wrap up, always we've got to give a shout out to D-Rock because, you know, they do a lot to support what we do, to support our vision. So big up to D-Rock. And guys, make sure you check out their range. You know, for the WWE people, man, you see 40% off everything. iBoxingHub 24. You can get trackies like these, that what my cousin's wearing. You know the vibes, you know the energy. So thank you, people, for supporting. Cause you should have had your boxing gloves, man. You know, just to match with your, you know. So it's all good.
I'm tired.
Horseman, yeah. Mr. Star 619 knows. We might have to just
remember that.
40% off, man. So cuz I'm gonna obviously hand it over to yourself. But yeah, big up, man.
Yeah, guys. Thank you for your continuous support, supporting the channel, supporting us. We're really, really, truly grateful. Have a lovely, productive week. We shall see you on Sunday. Peace and love.
El Presidente.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flex me a bag by the end.